The ulama had gathered together in Riyadh in March 3rd, 1977, to discuss the issue of having the wedding ceremonies. And what they saw is that they saw that there was a lot of bad things happening in wedding ceremonies, so they gave the things that what's appropriate to do in the wedding ceremonies. So they came up with the first thing: the person should avoid the illicit singing, because the songs and the music, they are the sound of the shaitan, and it instills the hardness in the heart, and it instills person to go to zina and all types of evil things. And in the world today, the shayateen al-ins, the shaitans of human beings, are the singers. So they said the person should avoid that illicit and haram songs, and that's the first thing they said. The second thing they said is that they should avoid the mixing of the men and the women, because what happens is when the men and women mix, then hopefully it doesn't go to the path of zina, path of unlawful sexual relation. And that's what happens when people, they mix together. Rather, they should be separated so that it doesn't lead to that path. Because the zina, the unlawful sexual relation, is haram, and the things that lead to the zina are haram. So that's the second thing that they said. The third thing they said, that a person, it's recommended to avoid being extravagant and wasting money on these ceremonies, and to make it simple and make it low cost, so that it becomes easy for other people in the future to get married. Because what happens is, if the ceremony is so expensive and somebody, they want to marry somebody, then what happens is they have to take out a loan, and they can't afford it because it's very, very expensive to get married. And then what will happen, instead of people getting married, and they would end up doing the zina, and that would spread the zina into society. That's what they said. And the other thing they recommended along the same lines is not to make the dowry too much, not to make it too expensive, because the same thing occurs. What happens is, it's hard for people to get married because the dowries are too high, and as a result, there's less marriages happening in the land, and the people, they do it outside of marriage. So these are the things that the ulama, they said in the Lajna Daima in Riyadh, and those are good recommendations for the marriage. Even Prophet Muhammad said that if the walima is too luxurious, then it's it's poison. If a person, they do it more than 2 days, that's what it refers to. And Rasulullah he mentioned those things. And always a person, they have to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and not disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just because of wedding. Allah knows best.